Has the veil been lifted for you guys of what is actually going on with regulations, just like this trading deal, right? Um, the big wigs are freaking out because the little man can get on and trade. Uh, so they were like, we need to stop this. Now they always tell us that, like in the old days, you had to have a license to trade stocks and this and that. And why? Why is that? I feel like it's just so that they can rig the system. Why were people able to buy and sell stocks that they didn't like buy the stocks against money that they didn't have anyway? The only reason that they would let that happen is because they were profiting off of it. It's just like all these loans for everything. Like when you pay your fee so that way if your car breaks, you can get it fixed. Well, listen, if those companies weren't making out on people not having to fix their cars for an extended period of time and them being paid more money than it actually takes to fix cars, that wouldn't be a business. So you if borrowing money or to buy stocks and then selling the stocks wasn't profitable for those businesses at some time, it wouldn't even have been an option. So, I mean, the issue is just that they got caught and everybody found a way now with social media. Everybody found a way to be like, yo, we're all going to do this. They basically, this is like outsider trading, is what's going on. Um, it's they can just they can get together in such big groups online that they can actually affect the market. And before you had to be an inside trader to do that. Um, but now all of a sudden tables turned and now regular people can get together. You know what I mean? So now they're freaking out. And this brings me to why I say, has the veil been lifted yet? Because let's look at like another one, Uber, right? Uber and Lyft and all those came out and basically they just found a way, ride sharing it's called. They found a way around having to get licenses and all that stuff that you had to do to be a taxi driver. Which being a taxi driver costs you like $1,000 a year or something like that for your taxi driver's license. So obviously the government's making you pay that so that you can be a taxi driver. Well, once they figured out a way around that with the ride sharing, then everybody started to freak out. They're like, oh no, they're taking away our whole, how are we going to charge these people? So then they do what they always do. They make like it's for your safety, right? They're like, well, you're going to just hop in somebody's car and drive around with them. You don't know. Let me tell you first, ride sharing, they do background checks. I drove for Lyft or for Uber for a while and they did a background check. So, I mean, I don't know what you're talking about. And that's a stupid premise anyway. In the 70s and 80s, people were killed by crazy taxi drivers all the time. And maybe those people weren't even taxi drivers. They just dressed up as taxi drivers and went and picked people up. But nobody was screaming that you can't have taxi drivers because you're just going to hop in some random guy's car. Just because he's in a yellow car doesn't mean he's less suspicious than a dude that drove up in his own car with an Uber sticker in the window. It always comes back to the government needs to get their portion out of the market. And that's exactly what's going on with this. The powers that be are like, oh shit, they can stack the odds in their favor. We can't have this. I have a ally investing, or like no, this is the Cash App. I have a Cash App, which I realize is like kitty investing, but that's what I got. I also got an ally account too, but I don't use that one as much because it's not as convenient on my phone. That's why I'm kitty investing, I guess. But as a day trader or a whatever trader they consider me as, I can only make so many trades a week. And sometimes during that day, you'll get locked out of making trades. Why? I'm not doing what they're talking about where people are getting money, getting stocks against money that they're borrowing or like borrowing stocks and selling. I'm not doing that. It's all cash that I've put in. So what do they care what I'm doing with it anyway? Has nothing to do with them. And I mean, all that is to regulate this regular people that didn't go and get their licenses, their trading licenses or whatever the hell it is. Make sure that they can't just freely trade on the internet as much as they want. Um, so I mean, I think that all that stuff is being exposed. Here's a little sidestep on that. Everybody, a lot of people are mad. Certain people I know that apparently have been trading are mad that Robinhood, and listen, it's not just Robinhood. That's just I guess the biggest one. But like I said, I'm on Cash App and Ally. Guess what? Neither one worked yesterday. Ally, you couldn't even look at your investments. It would just say, sorry, we're unable to show you this information at this time. I'm like, what? I can't see any of my stocks. And Cash App would work to an extent, but then every time I tried to submit a sale or a purchase, it would be like connection error, connection error. So they literally blocked it across the board for the most part. Apparently, Fidelity worked, and what was the other one? Somebody just said E-Trades also worked. Um, but again, that's just them trying to be able to keep their finger on the market, for our safety. It's got to be regulated for our safety. But it's not. It's just so that they can keep control of it. And I didn't know I had the conversation when it first happened and everybody started buying all the stocks. And they're like, yeah, the little man's getting over on them. I'm like, yo, they got too much control. There's no way in hell they're just going to sit there and let you guys do whatever. I didn't realize they would. This is again goes back to breaking the veil. I didn't realize they would be able to shut the whole internet stock buying option down. Just like when coronavirus started and they were like, oh, they're going to shut down the economy. I'm like, bro, they can't shut down the whole. Sure enough, they can do whatever the hell they want. So everybody here that's voting for more regulations and more this and more that are just shooting yourself in the foot if you're a little guy. You want equality of outcome, or at least not of outcome, you want equality of chance, which is what you really want. You don't want equality of outcome, because then all those people are going to own everything, and they're going to go dictate that all of us are at this equal shitty level instead of being able to maybe go higher or lower. They're like, guess what? The equality of outcome is going to be shit for everyone. You need to be able to get into the market, a free market. Why can't just normal people just go and buy however many or little stocks as they want? Because they need to keep control. So that was really my rant. I just wanted to go on about, I think, they're controlling everything. This was the other point I wanted to make, which is the sidestepper. Everybody that's mad that they can't share, they can't buy and sell stocks, right? And they're like, oh, they can't do that. A lot of them are the same people that when they shut down Parler, they're like, it's a independent business, bro. They can do whatever they want. Yo, you can't make them do that. But now all of a sudden you're mad about this? That's why censorship and regulations are a slippery slope. You're all for it when you think it's regulating other people that you don't like their decisions or choices or whatever. But as soon as they start limiting the fact that you can't pump up your GameStop, now all of a sudden you're mad at them. So we got about 2 minutes till the market opens. So we are going to see if my trading apps work. So I'm going to edit the first part of this where I didn't know if the speakers were working. I figured out what the problem was. I was actually streaming at too low of a quality and it didn't like it, the streamer deal thing I got. So now we're streaming super high quality. Um, all right, everybody, anybody listening this far, there's nobody watching right now, but next Friday, 1 week from today, we got a live stream comedy show from the Dojo of Comedy. It's going to be skits plus some live stand-up comedy, and you can watch either on YouTube or you can watch at the Dojo of Comedy in the Dojo of Comedy at Tiff's. Next Friday, 7 o'clock show. All right. Thank you guys for putting up with me. And please go to my YouTube, like, follow my YouTube, all that stuff. Let me know what you think about the trading debacle. All right. I'm going to go be mad that they won't let me trade stuff. Later.